And back to slice of life shenanigans at the Emiya house. So yeah, what is going on, guys? We are back to more Fate Hollow Ataraxia. I do realize in the last video I did not include the opening. I was originally going to, but apparently YouTube didn't really seem to care too much for that because it decided to block my video. Yeah, I did notice that there were some videos that had the opening, but, you know, the two openings for Fate Hollow Ataraxia, but it does seem like there isn't really any others. I guess if you have the opening in there, then YouTube will just block your video worldwide. So I'm not sure what the reason for that is. I guess, they just don't like that particular song and that animation in there. So yeah, I guess that's... if you try to put that in the video, then they're pretty much 9 times out of 10 going to block it. I would have gone through all, trying to manipulate the video so that, maybe the copyright system wouldn't pick up on it, but I just decided I would not waste my time and just put the video up as is. So yeah, unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see the opening animations. Apologize for that. Blame YouTube, as I would usually say. But anyways, let's get right back to it. That was the dream I had. I wake up just before 6 in the morning. Yeah, I forgot Shiro was an early riser. The light coming through the window is a little bright, and the breeze seeping through the gaps is a little chilly. Damn, I've done it again. A steamy summer had come and gone, passing into October before anyone realized it. It's become a season where falling asleep without a blanket is a bad idea. Last night... What did I set my still sluggish brain in motion. Last night, I fixed up bike number 1 and changed number 2's chain to a new one while I was at it. And since I didn't have anything else to do, I relaxed a bit and ended up nodding off. Ouch. It sure is rough sleeping on the ground. It's almost winter, too. I'd better bring a futon. I rotate my stiff shoulders and breathe in. Breakfast starts at 6:30 at the Emiya residence. There's still plenty of time, but only for the people who are going to eat. The people making breakfast have to wake up 30 minutes earlier than that. Lately, Sakura's been waking up after she finishes cooking breakfast. Dang, when did she grow up into the kind of girl that takes pleasure in robbing people of their hobbies? It is definitely the influence of her sister. Anyway, at this house, if you want to make breakfast, you have to wake up at 6 a.m. or risk being beaten to the punch. As the master of this house, no, as her teacher, I can't afford to be outdone already by my pupil. I don't know how people wake up at the fucking crack of dawn like that, 6 in the morning. And especially if you have to get up at 6 in the morning just to eat breakfast. Once I step onto the veranda, my nose catches the smell of breakfast. The sound of an active kitchen knife reaches my ears. Judging by this, I'd say breakfast is about 80% complete. The same old scenery of a pleasant morning, savoring it as if it were only natural. Oh, good morning, Shiro. Did you wake up late? I gaze at her, smile. Shiro, why aren't you saying anything? Is there something on my face? Half a year ago, back when it was still cold, there had also been times like this. That was... You look pale. Honestly, did you spend the night in the storehouse again? Shiro, your commitment to your training is admirable, but it is childish to ruin your health because of that. Yeah, after all, I'm still a kid. It's only been half a year since the Holy Grail War. People can't grow up that easily. This is basically like if the good ending from Unlimited Blade Works were followed up on or something. Like we're just living with our harem of women. Shiro, are you listening to me? With Rinkan, it is my duty to supervise you. If you insist on neglecting your health, I have an idea to remedy that. That's right. With Tosaka gone, it was up to Saber to protect the order of our household. But that's not important right now. What is this idea? I'm going to do what bothers you the most. You never follow what I say, so you leave me no choice but to watch over you up close. Bro, I'm not a child, you don't have to do that. If you do not see the error of your ways, I will have to move into the room next to yours. Ugh. She says something horrifying with a smile. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. Saber's room is a Japanese-style guest room. Back when she was moving out from the room next to mine, I will not. There is no reason to change my quarters. But we're not in the Holy Grail War anymore. Why do you still need to stay there? She was being real hard-headed about it, but I managed to get her to back down. The war was over, and there was no need to have a bodyguard after all. That happened just a little while ago. Ever since then, I took back the appropriate peace of mind of a healthy young man. I repent. I'll start sleeping in my room from tomorrow. Very good. Though it is a bit miffing how quickly you reacted, but this is all for your own sake. I do feel uneasy that I cannot be at your side in an emergency, but I shall drop the matter if that keeps you from having a good night's rest. Saber turns readily toward the living room. Of course, why should anyone feel reluctant to end a regular old morning conversation? Ah, I forgot to tell her. I have to say it. Saber. Good morning, and thanks in advance. You are welcome. Take care, Shiro. I go with Saber to the living room. My vision goes blurry for some reason. Wondering why, I rub my eyes. Huh? My eyes were a little watery. The same old scenery of a pleasant morning. I must have yawned for the blessed boredom of it all. And then we're gonna see Sakura in the kitchen. Itadakimasu! Fate Stay Kitchen. The slightly different sounds of a variety of clasping hands echoed. On the table is the main dish of grilled fish. 6 portions of it, actually. So anyway, Sakura got up early this morning and cooked for us. Everybody, especially a certain slouch, please be grateful to Sakura and enjoy your meal. 2 people nod earnestly. I wonder who that slouch could be. Oh, we already know. There she is. No, I didn't mean you guys. I meant the Fujimura group over there, trading spinach for roast chicken. Ah, there's Nato again. I said before that I didn't want any, but Sakura's persistent. Taiga, you eat natto, don't you? I'll trade them for the omelet. I don't mind, but you want to get used to natto. Don't be picky with what you eat, but it's a deal if you take half the omelet. Alas, my poor chicklet, unaware of the wonderfulness of natto and rice. I guess calling them the Fujimura group would be accurate, considering Ilya and Taiga are kind of always seen together in those Taiga dojo scenes, or the Tiger dojo scenes. So I guess they kind of made them the comedy duo. Only half. Fine, I accept. I'll trade with you at that rate. I wouldn't be able to eat it all anyway. Taiga, feel free to get caught by Sakura's scheme before you realize it. What is Sakura's scheme? And then I guess the Sakura group would be Ryder and Sakura herself. Okay, it's a deal. Half of my omelet for Ilya-chan's natto. Oh, there it is. There's the fucking weird frog face, or the cat face. And what do you mean by Sakura-chan's scheme? Oh, no need to worry. I've calculated the amount of calories properly. As long as you chew and exercise, there won't be any extra fat. Isn't that right, Saber-san? It is as Sakura says. While I cannot make a definite assertion, as our body frames are different, I don't mind that Taiga alone will become heavier. Oh shit. See? Saber-san agrees. Eat as much as you like. We have plenty of leftovers. What was that sparkle about? No need to tell me. Sakura, please give me another heap. They're really doubling down on Saber's what would you call it, like gluttonness? Her being a glutton. Oh, there's Ryder. Ryder's making me uncomfortable with her staring at me with the eyes of petrification. Ryder and I exchange glances. It looks like we have the same thing in mind, but some things are better left unsaid. Ryder, your bowl is empty. Would you like some more? I'm fine with one bowl. I do not have a digestive system as strong or as inefficient in energy consumption as Saber's. I will have a cup of tea, though, so Sakura, please concentrate on your meal, too. Ryder pours tea for herself. Sipping hot tea silently really does seem to fit her. Inefficient energy consumption? I cannot ignore that comment, Ryder. I would be satisfied with just the bare minimum. However, it would be improper to leave any leftovers when this much has already been prepared. Rations must not go to waste. So that's how you justify it, huh? Oh my god. I think Taiga's enjoying herself a little bit too much. These radishes are great. Oh, Saber-chan, if you're not going to eat yours, give them to me. I see we have even more of a glutton. I refuse. Yeah. Furthermore, this was the meal that Sakura took the time to make for us. I would feel awful being finished with it too quickly. Delicious food should be eaten to the heart's content. I feel that what Saber said is a perfectly logical, wonderful opinion. Or I would, if only she hadn't asked for a third serving already. People, you really shouldn't overdo things. Huh? Today's miso soup tastes a little different. Shiro, you didn't help today, did you? It feels kind of inconsistent. Even though the flavoring is thick, the potatoes were cut delicately. Not very skilled, but precise. Kind of like a novice carver. Well, experience is a good teacher. Got to do some things differently every once in a while. I prefer the usual soup, but I suppose that this type has some promise. That Japanese food Selim makes also tastes just like this. Ryder slumps in relief. Oh, I think I knew who helped out. So I guess it was like Sakura and Ryder in the kitchen. I didn't exactly lie. What I was trying to hide is the fact that today's miso soup was made by our very own Ryder. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense now. So Sakura, I guess, didn't really have anything to do with it. When I got to the kitchen this morning, Sakura and Ryder were already there. Oh, well, maybe she did. Saber and I laid out the tableware, all while watching Ryder in her desperate battle in front of the miso soup pot. Fujimura-sensei, it's almost time for you to leave. The preparatory committee for the cultural festival is about to start. Kirito-kun will be mad if I come in late today. Wow, can't our teachers even be allowed to have their last cup of tea? Fujine rose up, holding the helmet for Tiger Number 1 in her hand. See you at school, Sakura-chan. Shiro, be sure to come in on time. Just because you don't plan to go to college doesn't mean you can take it easy and skip school. And so, the single female English teacher in her 20s waved at us with a smile and ran off. Since the cultural festival is closing in, lately Fujine has been leaving early. The same goes for Sakura, the succeeding captain of the archery club. But due to the festival, the regular morning training was reduced to a short meeting. Because of that, she had 30 more minutes of free time than usual. The cultural festival is coming up soon. I hope Nei-san will be able to come back in time for it. Yeah, she said she'd be back during summer break, but it's already October. I wonder if something happened to Tosaka over there. More like, it would be nice if she didn't cause anything to happen. Seriously. Having to make an extended stay is what Rin deserved. It's not something that can be gotten over with in 1 month. She botched up an imitation of Zelrich's jewel sword, you know. Well, Rin could never manage it in a million years, so there wasn't even the slightest chance of her succeeding. But who knows exactly what happened because of that second sorcery explosion she caused. Second sorcery explosion? What the hell is that about? Ilya is genuinely disgusted. Yeah, Ilya and Rin don't really seem to get along too well. I honestly think that's over jealousy because one wants Shiro's attention more than the other, I suppose, or they both want Shiro's attention. They're kind of like fighting over Shiro, it seems, which is weird in and of itself because, you know, at least because of Ilya's appearance. I mean, technically she's older than Shiro, but yeah, she doesn't appear that way. She doesn't really act that way either, so... Well, I guess it's normal to be angry if all that happened in your own castle. Let's go back 2 months. One day, in the midst of summer holidays, Tosaka said as enthusiastic as ever. I'm going to need a trump card when I go to London next year. They say there are a lot of weirdos this term, and since I will be going as a bumpkin from the Far East, it'd be a good idea to have some presents. So she tried slapping together, well, knowing Tosaka though, she probably had taken great care in preparation, a pendant, a super miniature version of the jewel sword that can monitor waves from parallel worlds. Oh my god, what? Oh shit, what'd she do? Ilya's like, I expected all of this to happen. And messed up completely and utterly, on a scale that us mere mortals could never imagine. The result, all the data and materials she had collected, including the money she had to borrow from Sakura to purchase them, went poof. According to Ilya, the fact that she even survived meant that she was a monster. After looking at her bank book, though, that monster turned into something more like the living dead. Emiya-kun, find me a job. So did you waste all your money on that? Back then, things were still relatively okay, despite her saying things like that, but one day something major happened. That was the price of meddling in sorcery, in what came to be called the Winchester event. Later. I'm in real trouble now. At this rate, I might even be designated for sealing. But before that happens, I'll have to fix what's loose. With that, she journeyed to the clock tower, the HQ of magic. I still don't get it. What actually happened? I thought the only thing that happened was all that craziness in the castle. Shiro, you don't understand what's wrong at all. Rin fired off a singularity, not processed for use as a weapon, almost turning this town into a mini-terminal. Would the phrases malfunctioning causality, crossing of phenomena, the future leading into the past, be easier to understand? Oh, so basically the world almost turned into a place where anything's possible. That is an easy way of putting it. To say it precisely, it almost turned into a world where all the possible outcomes of this town were drawn in. All possible outcomes drawn in, huh? Like winning first place in the lottery, or aliens coming to Earth, or true immortality being perfected, or everyone suddenly coming to kill me. Hey, sounds like the Holy Grail War. In other words, a morbid joke that had a small chance of occurring actually happening. I get it, so that's what happened, but I got the feeling that what happened was a little different. Well, I mean, it was a world that was a flat-out copy of a children's fairy tale. I mean, it was a world that was the same one from Dodgson's Alice. I mean, it was pretty much a real-life version of May's survival. We were also surprised. What Rin had tried to accomplish goes beyond what humans are capable of. There was the potential for it to have even more impact than the Holy Grail War. So that was it sounds like a pretty serious event, said its victim quietly. Actually, not only Ryder, but everyone here plus one other were victimized by it. Oh god. How so? That's what I'm wondering. What's wrong, Sakura? Did something happen? Nothing too important. It's just something that Ryder said. Sakura trailed off. Well, if she says so, I'll just nod and leave it at that. Or more like I was planning to. Holy Grail War, that's what Sakura reacted to. Here I thought you hadn't noticed, but you just weren't sure yet. The Child of Winter did not overlook that comment. What about the Holy Grail War, Ilya? That already ended half a year ago. Is that so? At the very least, I wonder if the servants feel the same way. Saber, Ryder, the two of you ought to be aware of this aura. What's going on? Ryder, do you and Saber-san know what's going on? No, I do not. Except, just as Ilya said, I am aware of the tension in this city. It is only a very minor sense of discord, so I decided to wait and see. A minor sense of discord? What are you saying? Why is Ryder mentioning something so plainly obvious? How about you, Saber? Do you know what Ryder's talking about? Yes, I have my suspicions as to what it may be, but they are only suspicions. Shiro, would you mind if I nod silently. Very well. To be frank, the murderous atmosphere is coming not from the city, but a servant's. Correct, Ryder? Since a few days ago, we have both had light feelings of hostility towards each other. Our instincts, rather than our reasoning, are telling each of us that the other is an enemy that must be defeated. That is, in other words, the excitement that servants experience in the Holy Grail War, is it? I hate to admit it, but I came to the same conclusion. Saber and Ryder glared at each other. What they are saying is extremely simple. So basically, there's a Holy Grail War going on. We aren't concerned with the whys and hows yet. The evidence points to this conclusion. That's not possible. It's not right, Senpai. There's no Holy Grail anymore. And, she's right. If there was going to be another Holy Grail War, wouldn't there be a notification from the church? Yeah, and we haven't gotten one yet. Maybe there isn't a new Holy Grail War. Maybe the one that already ended was restarted. I guess that would make sense. After all, most of the masters are still alive, the servants are still hanging around, and our command spells are still in good shape. I still have one left on my left hand. Oh, they didn't just disappear? That's a strong theory. The victor of the fifth one was Shiro, but you didn't use the Grail, and there are still servants left. It might be possible that something provided the impetus for the fighting to restart in order to resolve the war. So it is a rematch for the defeated. But Ilya, who decided that the winner of the Holy Grail War was Shiro? I was under the impression that no one had won the war. Ryder isn't complaining that I won. It's the complaint of making me the winner of a battle that I made sure had no winner. The one who decides who won is none other than the Holy Grail itself. No matter what the results were, the Holy Grail acknowledges Shiro as the victor. That is none other than me. So I don't believe there is any mistake, right? I understand. Then allow me to ask you in your capacity as the Holy Grail, how should we overcome this? Huh? Ryder's looking at Elia seriously. If fighting breaks out, Sakura will be put in harm's way. For that reason, Ryder must be feeling a sense of danger at the words, resumption of the Holy Grail War. Hold on, Ryder. That doesn't mean anything has to be done. Even though it might have been restarted, there isn't even a Grail in the first place. There's no reason to fight. You certainly did your homework. Yes, it is exactly as Shiro says. While there may be something abnormal about Fuyuki recently, it is nothing worth worrying about. And if you bother to think about it, the fact that servants are staying in this plane of existence after the war ended is unusual. If you can't accept this level of abnormality, you won't be getting anywhere. Right. Even supposing the servants being here attracts something that's up to no good, it still doesn't make a difference. In the end, the same servants will be the ones stopping him. Do you know the conditions of being strong? People who stick out end up making enemies easily, but the ones that can protect everybody easily from those enemies are called strong. A person that's only tough is just violent. As far as I know, the two of you are strong in the real way. Saber's like, don't flatter me like that, Shiro. Shiro's right again. Today Shiro gets an A+ in perceptiveness. Should I be dancing in joy? Well, gee, I guess the usual me is always dense. Well, he can be. Therefore, if anyone's a problem here, it's you two. Saber, Ryder, do you want to resume the fighting? Not at all. Although, I will accept if Ryder insists on fighting me. Well, no, but also yes. That is what I was about to say. I have lost to you countless times. If you do offer me the opportunity, I do not mind settling the score. Well, we all know who would win that fight. Ugh. Sparks are flying between those two. For a short while, it looked like they finally got along, but I guess they're still rivals. Like, Saber would have to have kind of like a handicap or something if Ryder were to win against her, I think. I'm glad that's the case. Well, neither of you are cats in heat, so I think it's unlikely that you will just go wild for no reason. Also, neither of you are the type that would hunt people out of boredom. Iliasfield, I have my objections to that wording. I'm not some kind of ghoul, although I cannot say anything in her defense, as she does have a record. Ooh. Roasted. Ryder wanted to, but couldn't counter that argument. Yeah, that is true. If it comes down to behaving like an animal, I don't think that Saber is any different, but I'll put that aside. Yeah, you don't want to say that. So I wonder exactly what happened. The other masters probably won't be attacking, so I think we should wait this out for a while. Nothing major happened either, so there isn't any need to go out of the way to conduct an investigation yet. That's true. Then how about asking the other servants about how they feel? Like Lancer-san, I've seen him in town a lot. You'd think that you would have told us about this earlier. Sakura just said something odd, but I don't mind at all. Yeah, Lancer does seem like he'd be willing to give me his impression of what's going on. In that case, we shall look into this matter when we get the opportunity. By the way, Sakura, it is almost time to leave for school. You're right. I'm sorry. I'll clean this up right away. Do not worry. That is my job, Sakura. Please relax and go to school. Alright. Thank you, Ryder. Take care of things while I'm gone. Sakura is cheerfully getting ready to leave. Me, though, I still have about 30 minutes left, so I'll go help Ryder. I'll be off. Senpai, don't skip school. Sakura leaves hastily. This marks the end of our morning. You guys, could you leave everything in the sink? I'll clean it all up once I change. Thank you. To be honest, I'm not very good at washing. Ryder isn't clumsy, but she just can't get a hold of restraining her power. She's a plate breaker just like Saber, but for a different reason. Anyway, I'll go back to my room. Except... Shiro, regarding what we just talked about, if you plan on patrolling in the evening, please tell me. Iliasfield may have said not to worry, but there is something that is bothering me. I'm truly grateful for Saber's offer. I'm glad that she said that. I know I shouldn't be, but a part of me is excited that things had returned to the way they were half a year ago. Okay, when I get the chance, I'll let you know as I'm going out. Something funny is definitely going on, so just in case, let's go on patrol. I mean, I really can't imagine patrolling with anyone other than you. Indeed, I had faith that you would say that, Shiro. That's what I should be saying. If Saber is with me, I won't be killed that easily. It's past 7:30 in the morning. Now, should I go to school or should I take it easy? Life has become a bit weird, but even though I'm getting excited, it isn't like I'd get to the bottom of this by myself. Oh well, I'll see what's going on when I feel like it. Luckily, there's a 3-day weekend starting tomorrow. It'll be all pleasure and no pain. I'll just go about filling up those days without stressing out too much. I actually thought we were about to make a choice. It's like, so what do we do? Do we relax or do we go to school? Okay, October 8th, the first day. Oh! We have... Okay, so technically we do have a choice. We have a map. I didn't think that we okay, I did know that there was a map in this game. You know, of places you could go to, but... That's kind of interesting how they have, like, a map of Shiro's house. To streets, own room. I guess that means there's a new event there. Well, I guess we should go with that. Let's go with that first. Well then, I have some spare time, so let's clean up the room. I don't have a lot of stuff, so it shouldn't take too long. Or so I think. Day by day, the amount of stuff is mysteriously increasing. As if rabbits start breeding junk in here whenever I look away. Rabbits, mice, whatever. I know the source of this influx. I know, but I can't do anything about it. Well, let's start with some vacuuming. Maybe it's safer. However, once I get the vacuum cleaner out, I spontaneously get the urge to clean the neighboring rooms, then other rooms, and so on. In the end, I'll only be satisfied after cleaning the entire main wing. Cleaning is really relaxing. Gotta be careful and stop at the right time. Shiro's like a fucking maid in his own house. As I'm advancing forward with the roar of the vacuum cleaner. Oh god. Stuff is piling up. Wait, the culprit is discovered. Oh, it was Fujine. As I was wondering what kind of junk she'd bring today. Oh, well, what you doing, Shiro? I thought I'd clean up a bit. Okay, then I'll leave it to you. Now just wait a moment. Don't just drop off boxes of junk in my room and escape. What is that, Fujine? Huh? Oh, you know, Shiro, I just thought you might need it for winter hibernation. I'm not the kind of creature that can do a handy thing like that. Besides, random junk isn't very useful when preparing for hibernation. Fujine, my room happens to be neither a nest nor some kind of beaver's dam, or should I say a crow's nest. Now that you mentioned it, it does seem to be so. But you shouldn't underestimate the crows nowadays. You know, they're wild animals with an insurmountable will to live. They even make nests on laundry hangers. Really? Even on laundry hangers? Sounds like quite a feat. I guess crows are quite clever, or rather, the ability to adapt is quite impressive. Well, anyhow, my room isn't meant to be a storage place. Even the garden storehouse is being converted into a junkyard with Fujine's involvement. No way I'm going to let her personal storage space expand this far. If you want to make a nest, do it at your own house, please. It's like Fujine has her, Fujimura basically has her own house, but she pretty much kind of like seems to live in Shiro's house. Could it be that you're the one preparing to hibernate in my room, Fujine? Maybe. Do tigers hibernate too? That would be bears. I have a feeling that tigers don't. If they do, she'd probably be preparing to follow suit, wouldn't she? Well, knowing her, she'd at least fake it no problem. That sounds nice. Hibernating animals, nothing but sleep all winter long. I'm a little nervous. Hibernation, you say? But that's when they have to eat lots in autumn, and then become all skin and bones by spring. Eat till you drop in the fall, when the skies are clear and horses grow stout, so to speak. Then don't have to be on a diet in spring. Wow, that's what's called positive thinking. I'm starting to like the idea of hibernation even more. What about your job, huh? A standard winter hibernation holiday. Wait, there isn't one. She could just use the paid vacation time for the winter break. Then get addicted to the joys of life under a kotatsu and become a social derelict. So, Fujine, it looks like a cardboard persimmon box. But what kind of junk is inside? Huh? Persimmons, of course. What else? Well, okay. Or not. Really? Is it really persimmons? It was quite a chore carrying them all the way here. Good work. Wait, why in my room? The kitchen is cramped as it is, so I was looking for better storage. If I leave it in a place that no one sees them, they'll just spoil and go to waste, you know? So I thought, hey, Shiro's room would be just perfect. I see. But weren't you dropping mandarins and watermelons and whatnot all over the living room before? Well, yeah, but now Saber-chan and Sakura-chan are also here. It'd be kind of bad to make a mess. It's a great that you're concerned about it, actually. But why doesn't your sympathy apply to me? Why you? I dropped the vacuum cleaner in a corner and opened the box. Inside, there's a stack of shiny persimmons. If Shiro's going to hibernate, he'll definitely need food, I thought. Well, no, I'm not. Is this another gift from the Fujimura group? Yep, and we still have a pile this big. Sounds like quite a big load must have come in. What's up with that? They're sending in a fruit for a seasonal marketplace, I think. Looks like another item with a story behind it from Old Man Rega. With this much, we could even put some out to dry under the eaves outside. You only make dried persimmons out of the astringent ones. And sending those raw? What kind of dumb joke would that be? Ugh. Anyways, here we have 2 boxes of persimmons. Picking one up, I noticed that it's ripe and quite soft. It'll go to waste if we don't eat these quickly. Yeah, don't you think so? Persimmons in the morning, persimmons for lunch, persimmons at night. It's a persimmons feast. So I thought I'd be a kind donation and share the fruits of fall with you, Shiro. Don't you mean dump the leftovers here? But the persimmons themselves aren't bad. In fact, these are really pretty good. Would be a real shame to just let them rot. But shouldn't it be alright? Just summon everybody for help, and it'll be gone in a second. We had a quota for mandarins, but now it's persimmons. I suppose the peaches and pears were gone quickly. I recall all the fruit that our household has gone through. We do have more consumers than we did 6 months ago, so I suppose it should be going quickly. And I'm ready for mandarins and apples next. Sounds like Saber-chan would eat a lot too. Apples and persimmons can be used as ingredients, so we'll figure something out. Anyway, let's put this someplace else. It's difficult to clean up with these in the way. There's an empty room in the north wing. I guess we can put them in the hallway around there. 1 box for hibernate. I told you, I don't need that much. Here, you too. Alright, alright. Huff. So, boxes of persimmons. I guess it's some sort of fruit. I've actually never really heard of persimmons. Ooh. Places we should go. MEA residence or the temple. Well, it looks like they want us to go to the temple. Maybe there's something happening there. Oh my god. Caster's there. Maybe we can talk to Caster. How unusual. Caster is standing still, lost in a reverie. Perfect timing. There's no one else around, so I should try asking about the restarted Holy Grail War. She's settled down now, but the precedent of her setting up a magic barrier in the middle of the town still exists. I don't think it's possible, but I should at least make sure she hasn't been plotting anything lately. Caster, have you been up to anything evil lately? Caster, can I talk to you for a moment? And then she immediately changes out of her evil wardrobe into her casual wear. She lifts her heavy hood back and glances coldly at me. What is it? Since it's you who's talking to me, I doubt it's anything good. I feel like she's on guard. When we meet in town, she's relatively friendly, but now it's almost as if she's reverted back to how she was half a year ago. Whether it's good or bad is up to you. I'm going to be blunt. Are you doing anything behind the scenes lately? You know, going back to old habits after all the stress of having to deal with the abstemious temple lifestyle? The atmosphere is quite serious, so I try to ask it peacefully in a way that doesn't provoke her. You ask some interesting questions, boy. Talking to me at a place like this. Really, do you want to be killed and buried where no one will ever find you, I wonder? My mistake. May I ask whether you've noticed anything odd in town recently? I'm sorry, my spine froze. The unnatural smile that I assumed had disappeared over the past 6 months is still there. I should have expected no less from the top tactician of all the servants. I'm terribly sorry. You should have just said that from the beginning. I'm not at all stressed right now, incidentally. That statement is like a drunkard declaring his sobriety. Is the Ryudo Temple really okay, I wonder? I see. Well, occasional exercise is good for you. You know, marathons, going up and down the temple stairs, training in the Einzbern forest. I'm pretty sure there's 1 or 2 spots in the forest that Caster could use as training grounds, and Berserker's probably liable to come and help as a hypothetical enemy. Thank you for your consideration, but I have no need to go into the forest. I can do some light exercise here too. The one running around will probably be you, not me though. This is bad. It seems Caster and I just don't get along. At this rate, it may become a repeat of the events half a year ago, so I have to make this quick. Then let's talk about stress relief again some other time. So, about the town. I haven't seen anything. I know there is something odd about the town, but the purpose or origin behind it is unknown to me. Either way, it doesn't interest me. I see. Well, I didn't think you'd figure it out right away, but If I ask Castor for help, there's a chance I could investigate what's going on. The Holy Grail War restarted. All the servants still in this world. And also, the feeling of deja vu that I can't quite grasp. Well, leaving that aside, I take it you're not part of this, right? Correct. Whether you believe me or not is up to you, though. I believe you, Castor. You may be scheming something, but I don't think you would lie. Actually, servants generally don't lie. I guess that's being noble or fair in a way. Alright, so you have no interest in the current situation. That means you don't intend to fight the other servants, right? Of course, wasting magical energy when there's nothing to gain from it is behavior unbefitting of a magus. Surely even you. No, I suppose you don't have that kind of sense, do you, boy? She chuckles. Being made fun of, but I don't feel bad about it at all. After all, there are only cheerful sounds in Castor's voice. But even so, it seems Castor has no interest in investigating the situation. It almost looks as if she likes it. Alright, I get it. So this means you're not going to do anything, right? Yes. Sorry, boy. I won't intervene at all. If you want to search for the one who restarted the Holy Grail War, go look on your own. Well, that's reassuring. Well, that's how it'll be. That's how it be sometimes. Oh my. You sure took that well. I thought you would bow down to beg me to help. Even I won't ask for the impossible. Castor, you just don't feel like it, do you? If that's the case, I'll do it myself. And if I really can't, I'll be back and we'll see who holds out longer. Judging by how she resisted, all I'd have to do is beg her for help until she complies. Yeah, if you just beg enough, she'll help you out. Huh? Perhaps she just wasn't expecting it, or maybe she'd been having fun planning on ways to turn me down. Castor has a disappointed look on her face. Are you alright? Did you get a death by enfeeblement curse cast on you without realizing it or something? This isn't like you. What happened to that tenacity of yours? I should have expected it from this unusual witch. The level of concern here is one grade higher than Tosca. Actually, if she ever does decide she wants to rob me of motivation, I hope she just settles it with a suggestion spell that makes me apathetic or something. I couldn't stand withering away and dying just to make me less enthusiastic. Well, leaving that aside, I haven't had a curse cast on me. There's no one but you who could do that anyway. More importantly, I'm just an eyesore to you, aren't I? I wasn't being sarcastic, I just said what I was thinking. Once again, Castor looks taken aback. This time, she looks even more defenseless. Honestly, I wonder what you're going to say and you just state the obvious. Yes, to be honest, you are an eyesore. After all, you are the victor and we are the defeated. Even when all is calm, it's hard to forget the humiliation of defeat. Moreover, I can't relax when you're around. The winner of the Holy Grail War, that immature sense of justice you possess, both of those are things I don't want to see when I'm in a bad mood. Castor's hostility is genuine. She honestly thinks I'm a bother. But wait, it almost sounds as if she views me as an enemy not of herself, but of something else entirely. Since I uncharacteristically picked up on this, I respond to her hostile remarks with an understanding nod. For now, I'll take things in stride. Take care, boy. Sometimes when I see you on your own, I think about crushing you once and for all. However, as long as Saber's around, it's impossible. Liar, you weren't the type to be lenient just because you're afraid of Saber taking revenge. The reason you won't act out is because there's something more important. That may be, for example, the tranquil life at Ryoto Temple. Say what you will. Just remember, if you become a little less pure of a human being, that's when I'll give you your just desserts without mercy. If you ever start hanging yourself enough that you want to die, then give in to your greed and depravity. I'll do you a favor and kill you with enchantments. The witch grins. As I thought, when we're alone together, we're not compatible. Even though I'm not interested, I've already been given what sounded like a declaration of war. Maybe I should get going. Oh, could you tell me one more thing? The town right now, there's no damage being done to it, right? So is it possible for it to get worse? No, there's no damage, and no, it won't get worse. I can guarantee it. That's right. This is all but a short dream. Nothing will happen, and it will all go back to normal. Seems like they know what's happening, though. That's good, then. Let's continue the investigation. I love how Shiro just didn't really question that statement. Just knowing that Castor isn't doing anything, and that she doesn't plan to get involved is good enough. By then, I'll try to catch you in a better mood next time. Just make her some food. That might get her into a better mood. Please do. I want to avoid having both Saber and Ryder as my enemies. Also, I have a piece of advice for you. Be a good boy and don't go near the church at night, okay? The opponent there is not something you can handle. Yeah, I think I know who she's talking about, too. She raises her hood back up and leaves. Could it be the reason she was showing me her face was some kind of courtesy? Yeah, the enemy there is like... I mean, it's supposed to be Tosika, but she's, I guess she's acting like, what's her name? Luvia Edelfelt. I forgot her name in the last video. It was Luvia. As I start preparing dinner, I glance outside and notice that the sun is already set. Dropped like a rock is an apt expression. Looks like the sunset waits for no man. Shiro, I finished cleaning the bath. Where are the fresh towels? Go ask Saber. Putting away the laundry is her job. I reply while pounding out a steady rhythm with the kitchen knife. There's a lot of clattering in the living room behind me. Senpai, we're out of soy sauce. I'll go down to the shopping district to get some. It's pretty late already. Let's wait until tomorrow. You can borrow some from Fujine's house. Ilya, go together with Sakura. Wait, Ilya's not here. Though she leads the assault with Fujine in the morning, she often isn't here during dinner. When she does come, it's usually when everyone's relaxing after having already finished dinner. I'll accompany her. As I said in the morning, it is dangerous to be walking around alone at night. Saber. Thank you very much. If Ryder went, she'd frighten the underlings at Fujine's house. Anyway, come back soon. I sense a quick nod from the two of them. They grab a large empty bottle and merrily head for the Fujimura group. Shiro, I'm sorry to disturb your cooking. Ryder appears as if to replace the two who just left. The punctual Ryder won't show her face in the living room before 7 o'clock. Until then, she stays in her room, immersed in reading. No problem. What is it? While you were away, an unknown character came by, suggesting that we purchase a tabloid subscription. I refused, but he would not give up. He will come back every day until we buy one. A type of persistent burning passion, it seems. Oh, great. A scam artist. Frankly speaking, would it be acceptable to regard him as an enemy? No, absolutely not. Why? Because it would cause fatalities. Treat others kindly. Treat yourself kindly. Ryder seems patient, but she has zero tolerance towards enemies. Her classification of someone as friend or enemy happens amazingly quick. Saber is also rather similar in that aspect. Despite having some leeway in her definition of enemy, once acknowledged, Saber won't show any mercy either. I love how Ryder has that unamused expression about random salespeople coming to the door. I understand, even though I'm not confident. Tomorrow, I will probably listen to what he has to say. Oh, God. There's no need to force yourself to listen. If you say that we already have a subscription, he won't appear for another 3 months. Or just call Sakura and she'll settle in no time. Sakura? But I do not think Sakura has the skills to deal with such a person either. It seems she's good at overcoming her weaknesses. Sakura is great at turning away subscription sellers. In fact, just watching it frightens me. In her suggestive passive manner, she grabs the weed by the very roots, and then, at the very last moment, cuts it thoroughly with a smile on her face. No man can withstand the shock of hearing, "You should be going soon before I call the police, okay?" with that smile of hers. A passive-aggressive style of defense, along the lines of a Kyoto native offering a guest some bubuzuki as a sign that they've overstayed their welcome. I see. She's normally calm and gentle, but it is dangerous to anger her. I understand. By the way, where did Sakura go? She went with Saber to the Fujimura group. They'll be back soon, so you can just watch TV with Fujine in the meantime. Do you not need help serving the food? Nah. Though I appreciate the concern, today I only need one big plate for everything. Lightly bowing, Ryder returns to the living room. Ah! Ryder-san, what are you doing? It's the debut of legendary Racket Rainbow, goddamn. Do I even want to know what that is? Sorry, I wanted to watch the news. God, that's so obvious it ain't even an excuse. Why, oh why? It's the anime that will never bore you out. It's Racket, yet there are mad weapons like floppy, pizza, and even laser guns. It's a masterpiece that has already transcended the interesting or boring dimension. Quietly nodding in response to Fujine's explanation, Ryder still ruthlessly changes the channel. She has said that reading is part of her life, and watching TV is just a simple hobby of hers. Yet, how should I put it? So is Fujine like a fan of like magical girl anime or something like that? Is that what that is? It's gotten really lively in here. Food hasn't even been served, and it's this noisy already. How much worse will it get once dinner starts? Much, much worse. It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. There are no major events and everyone returns to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime? Oh. So I guess we're given a choice here. Call it a day, go out for a walk, or hang around the Emiya residence. Well, I don't really know what the exclamation point means. I mean, I guess that's something that we should do, is what I'm taking from it. So maybe we should hang around the Emiya residence. I don't think we should call it a day. Didn't we kind of plan to go patrolling? Alright, Saber's room, storage room or Saber's room. I guess it's important that we go to Saber's room, but maybe we should check out the storage room first. I've come out to the storehouse. I don't have anything that needs to be repaired right away, but I came anyway because I felt like it. I feel like that's going to be the reason for us going pretty much anywhere in this game. I sit cross-legged on my usual seat and survey my surroundings, not doing anything in particular. Now then, time to practice our strengthening magic. I've been here long enough. I couldn't really think of anything to do out here either. Guess I'll go back to my room and sleep. But, why am I coming to the storehouse at night? Because the player decided you should do it. A day has ended. Oh, I guess we're not going patrolling. Oh, we can't go to Saber's... Oh, shit, I thought we'd still be able to go there. I guess not. Damn it. We should have gone to Saber's room. So, it was totally pointless to go to the storehouse. Sprawling on the bed, I let fatigue take over my body. Mild drowsiness is numbing out my mind. Phew. What a release. Since that instant, I can't trust my consciousness being separated from me. Sleep. It's a rite of passage from the closing of one day to the reopening of the next. A natural thing for anybody. A recurring memory hole. Limp and powerless, I'm falling into that abyss. Well then, I wonder what I should do tomorrow. There are all sorts of things to think about and things that have to be done. But all that can be decided once tomorrow comes. For the time being, let's just call it a day. Well, it's that time again. What to do today? Okay. Emiya residence, the bridge. I guess we can go to the school. Oh no. It's Makidera. It's a holiday, and there are a few people at school. A fa from the Wind Music Club, mixing with the other wind instruments, vaguely reaches my ears. What the heck? This rough, almost beast-like way of running. Do we just get tackled by her? Ouch! Hey you! Watch where you're going! That's my line. Is that what you say after jumping out at me all of a sudden? Well, you shouldn't be spacing out like that, Emiya. Yeah. The hell's that about? The self-proclaimed Fuyuki's Black Panther stood up ahead of me. It was an abrupt greeting from Makidera Kaede of the Track and Field Club. Oh, it's just you, Makidera. Look ahead in life. I mean, running. Sure, looking ahead is what I always do. But had you been looking too, wouldn't you have been able to dodge that one? What do you think people are anyway? Oh, my body shamefully falls back onto the ground. Being looked down on by Makidera, there's no end to my humiliation. Jeez, Emiya, what if I fell in love with you like this? How am I supposed to take that? Say what? Just kidding. Well, it's not like you'd get hurt. Makidera, the track and field ace, is even tougher than me. At first glance, she looks like she's lively as ever, but she's the type that would try to hide her injuries anyway. Did you hit or twist anything? It's an important season. Oh, Emiya's worried about me. I'm totally fine. Come on. I guess she felt bad for me lying on the floor like this, so she offers me a hand. As I try to get up on my own, my finger catches on a thin chain. Huh? It's Tosika's pendant that I've been keeping in my pocket. I try to put it away quickly, but still receive an odd stare. Makidera, I bet this kind of jewelry doesn't fit my image. However, she isn't looking at it in an ordinary way. That's the same one Tosika has. Why do you have it? Oh, it's a long story. Not as long as it is absurd, and I can't talk about the details. It's my dad's memento that's been passed to me. The design is just a coincidence. Maybe I should make up some story like that right now. Could it be that Emiya, you... It's not like I stole it. She has the same one with her right now. Oh, so it's a pair. I see. Makidera is laughing in an oddly excited way. Rather, It's as if she's about to say how incredibly suspicious it is that Tosca and I have matching pendants. I shouldn't underestimate you. Hey, what are you scheming? I see. Emi and Tosca have matching jewelry. A violent scheme is brewing inside the Black Panther. Emi and Tosca have matching pendants. If this rumor were to spread, who knows what kind of disaster it could cause among Homohara's male population. Oh god. A drop of cold sweat runs down my forehead. There's a heavy feeling in my stomach. Come on, Emiya. With a strong fighting spirit, you can take down all your enemies. Hey, I know. If you want, I can just pretend I never saw it. Makadera. What's the bribe going to be? A crepe, or will it be a sundae? Nah, nothing like that. Could you tell me where you bought that pendant? Huh? And what would you do if I did? It's no big deal, is it? I think she just wants one. See, that unfashionable design is actually kind of cool. So, you know, I kind of want one too and stuff. So, what shop did you buy it from? Tell me. Sorry, I don't know either. It's not like I'm lying this time. That's just all I can answer. Tosca didn't buy hers as well. It was passed down to her through generations of ancestors after all. It's probably not the kind of thing you can just buy somewhere. Could it be, Emiya? Yes? It's not that you gave a gift, rather, you received one? Yeah, so please leave it at that. And before I realized it, there were two of them. Doesn't the story seem even stranger in reality? Ouch. This time, it's no accident. That's an attack. Hey, what was that for? This guy. I'll kill. Definitely kill you. What do you mean, kill? I don't think a guy would just quickly let himself be killed for a second or third time. Shut up. You unworthy man, getting such a precious gift from Tosca, I will hereby carry out the punishment in heaven's stead. Die! What did she think happened? Is she jealous? Is that what this is? She's jealous, isn't she? Getting a challenge like this in the hallway on a day off. What the... Why on earth would she get so mad about Tosca's pendant? I'm kind of wondering the same thing. I've no idea, but I need a defense plan. Quick. You won't get away, Emiya! Stop screwing around. I get it. Just a minute ago, it was your head you hit instead of your foot, right? Soon you'll be beaten, and I'll get XP and a rare artifact. This isn't an RPG. The Black Panther of Homohara is gaining ground. Let's get out of here at full speed before I find out the origin of that nickname. Quickly, get an object from around you and just, like, strengthen it. Have her hit it. She'll, like, break her hand. Okay, temple, Emiya residence. Oh, there's the Matou residence. I guess we should visit Sakura. This really is a slice of life game, isn't it? Dropping by the Matou residence for a visit on a whim, I find Sakura peering around outside in front of the entrance. Oh, Senpai, did you need something inside? No, I just happened to be passing by. What about you, Sakura? Did you lose your key? I'm fine. I might be clumsy, but I don't lose things that often. And even if I do, I can open it by myself, so it doesn't bother me. So the Matou residence has an auto-lock system now. I bet it's the same locking magic as the one at Tosca's place. Things have been getting dangerous again, so it's a great idea, except... Say, how's Shinji supposed to get in? Well... If this was like... Okay. If this was a follow-up to the Heaven's Feel route too, Shinji would be dead, because he actually dies in that route, so... I don't know, like, unless they somehow brought him back, which I don't know how they would. Unless maybe they use the same method to, you know, bring Shiro back. But I think that was kind of an exception, wasn't it? I could be wrong, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. How? Well, he has the keys to the front door, living room, bathroom, and his own room. So basically, if Shinji loses them, he's out in the cold. In fact, it seems all the doors inside have locks. That's a pretty strict education policy. Plus, I don't think I could get in. Next time I come here, I'll make sure not to stray away from Sakura. Yeah, that would explain why Shinji's keychain became a lot like a jailkeeper's lately. So what are you doing in front of the door if you haven't lost your key and don't need one? Grandfather himself told me to wait by the door, since a guest will be coming. Oh, well, I guess if you take into consideration that weird stuff is happening, Shinji could have also been resurrected in that way. Same thing with, because she just mentioned Zoken, so Zoken must somehow have also been brought back. She mentioned that the guest's supposed to have come from some distant land. He really would like to turn them away, but has no choice but to offer some hospitality. Something like that. Sounds complicated. A guest of Zoken? Well, it seems that normally they would go visit Nason instead, but since she's away, it's grandfather's duty as a representative to greet them. I see. So someone either from the association or the church is making a typical round of courtesy visits. Then I won't linger around. I'll take off before I get myself in a mess. Thank you. Nason keeps saying that we can't let you be seen by anyone from either the association or the church, that you are like an endangered animal species or something like that. And who might be the one abusing that endangered animal? Next time I see her, I'd like to point that out. Right, I'll be proactive and go back home. If it looks like you're going to be late, call me. I'll come pick you up. Okay, I'll be sure to call. A quick wave and I'm about to leave. But my curiosity got the better of me. I think I'm going to want to hear just a little more detail. Say, Sakura, well, what kind of person is your guest? Let's see. I heard it's the newly dispatched overseer. Oh, shit. Is it Karen? Grandfather said that they might move in as the acting priest of the church once an official order is received. Which means that old man Dilo will be returning to his country. Well, yeah, it was strange that the bishop would be assigned to one church in a small town. Makes more sense to have a priest taking over. Are you feeling down about the old man going away? He was really fond of you. Yes, I am. But I did know he'd only stay until a successor was appointed. Alright, after all, old Dilo did originally come just for the Holy Grail War post-mortem. There must be no more reason to prolong his stay. My curiosity is now satisfied, and so, this time I do leave the Matou residence behind. Epilogue. In the end, Sakura spent half a day waiting for someone that never showed up. Wow. How rude. How rude of you, Karen. What is Karen even up to, though? Like, that's what I'm wondering. It's just after 9 p.m., and dinner's already over. There are no major events, and everyone returned to their rooms. It's just like every day, there are no major events. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime? Okay, hang around the Emiya residence, call it a day. Well, I guess we should hang around the Emiya residence, since there's the exclamation point there. Okay, this time we will go to Saber's room. Now then, speaking of things to ask Saber about the Holy Grail War. I really don't feel like it, but it's something I have to ask about at least once. What does Saber think about the restarted Holy Grail War? Reminding myself not to get sentimental, to the best of my ability, I call out to the other side of the sliding door. My thoughts regarding the situation? Yeah, it's been a while since the last time we talked one-on-one like this. I thought I'd ask about it. I would not mind. However, will anything I say really help you find more clues? While I would be happy to be of any help to you, Shiro, it's alright, even if you can't. I just came to have a chat. I don't need an authoritative opinion. I'd just like to hear what you have to say. Oh, my thoughts. Is it? Yes, I wouldn't mind hearing things like what the plan might be from now on, who looks suspicious, and so on. Tell me what you think about all this, what's unusual about it, and what you'd like to do from now on. A brief pause. It doesn't look like she's thinking about it too deeply, just gathering her thoughts. The silence makes me a little anxious and hopeful. Maybe Saber can point out something I haven't noticed. Right. I do not understand why the Holy Grail War was restarted. However, since the battle has begun once again, victory must be ensured. I will not allow my master to be defeated. Yeah, that sure brings back some memories. Yes. I gave it a try on purpose. It is a sort of prayer for your certain victory, Shiro. No, that's less like a prayer and more like lighting a fire under me. To a casual observer, that would look no less than a threat. That is all I have to say. As long as there is no disturbance, I will remain as I am now. But should someone bare their fangs, I shall strike them down. If we servants are the cause of this misfortune, then we shall bring that misfortune down upon the enemy. Just like you said, Shiro, to be a force that easily protects others. Those were Saber's thoughts. Just like me, her position is to defend the peace. I'm glad to hear that, no question about it, but there's still a fundamental problem we're overlooking. Yep, I think I'm fine with that strategy. But Saber, do you think the state of affairs is right? Huh? Surely it goes without saying. Seeing as the Holy Grail War has been restarted, we cannot jump to any conclusions. That's right. If everyone gets riled up like they did half a year ago, there'll be trouble. Well, there's no Holy Grail though, so there should be no reason for anyone to get competitive. Either way, I just wanted to hear what's right or wrong from Saber herself. Indeed, there is not. We destroyed the Holy Grail. I can say that much is certain. I cannot forget how we climbed up that long flight of stone steps together on the final night. Yeah, we got separated right after, but we were able to meet up again in the end. Isn't that how it went? Though we both had trouble with our respective opponents. Yeah, he's definitely referring to the Fate route. Yes, me with the King of Heroes, and Yushiro with the Priest, and after that I destroyed the Holy Grail with Rin's command spell. Oh, wait, oh yeah, no. Unlimited, okay, that's Unlimited Blade Works, never mind. That was the conclusion of the events of over half a year ago. Wait a second, wait, hold on. Me with the King of Heroes, and Yushiro with the Priest. No, that's Fate. Okay, that's Fate, and that's Unlimited Blade Works. She's mixing up the two. What the hell is going on? Those are two contradictory things. I guess that's the only way Saber could have fought alongside me and still stayed in Fuyuki. Shiro, what is wrong? You have a strange expression on your face. Is it odd to think that servants would not fight with each other without the Holy Grail present? Oh no, I think that's about right. Well, I should investigate the matter with the others as well, to judge if there's any danger. I've confirmed Saber's opinion. Next, I should talk to the other servants as soon as possible. Shiro, what is it? Are you going to the washroom? No, now that I've heard everything, I'm calling it a day for tonight. Sorry for keeping you busy. Yes. Good night, Shiro. It is not late yet, but you do seem to be tired. Yeah, good night to you too, Saber. After the short exchange, I close the sliding door. It is completely dark outside. Peering through the window, I look up at the deformed moon. Yeah. Thanks for that awfully convenient story. Yeah, that's a totally normal-looking moon. My voice slips out absent-mindedly, as if lured by the moon. It was still a fulfilling time, even if I didn't learn anything new. Well then, time to go back and get some sleep. I just want to know what's going on, man. That's all I want to know. Okay, to Sakura's room we go. Let's go talk to Sakura about lunch. It's a big household. It's much easier to get it rolling with 2 people. Normally, Sakura lives at the Matou residence, but she stays here for weekends and holidays. Ryder and Saber prefer the Japanese-style rooms in the main wing, while Sakura and Tosuke took a liking to the detached western rooms. Add to this Fujine and Ilya, who come over for meals, and you could say that the Emiya residence has experienced explosive population growth. Are you there, Sakura? Huh? Senpai? Just a moment. No. It's okay. Right. What just happened? Oh, jeez. What was she doing? So is it okay or not? The reply isn't at all clear. Does this okay mean yes, come in, or maybe, okay, hold on? If I bothered her at a wrong time, wouldn't it be better to come back later? Hey, if you're busy, it can wait. No. Come in. Alright, I'm coming in. Sorry to keep you waiting. It looks like she took Tosuke's room. So what is it, Senpai? I came for some advice regarding lunch. It's a bit early, but I thought we could get it done stress-free if we started ahead of time. That is... Thank you very much. Well, it's not something that you should be thanking me for. Her shyness is contagious. How embarrassing. Even though I should have gotten used to this by now, it feels awkward when the 2 of us are alone. Right. Well then, please be my guest, Senpai. Sorry, it looks like you were kind of busy. That's not it. I just dozed off again. But thanks to you, I finally woke up and will stop idling around. It's not really what it sounded like. So what was the thanks for? How about that? I see. In that case, let's go on. It sounds like she's lying. I feel like that's a lie. If she puts it like that, there's no reason to refuse. I sit down, smelling the barely noticeable sweet fragrance in the air. Oh, is this a perfume or herb of some kind? I guess I overdid it a bit. Huh? Not really. Both the heater and air conditioner are. I mean, you noticed the perfume too, senpai. I just used some fragrance. So it was perfume after all. I can't make out the brand, but it certainly does smell nice. I see. So even Sakura. I thought maybe I should try a little bit, after all. Well, you know, I think it suits you. Actually, the only one who uses perfume in our house would be Tosaka, I guess. It seems like she's quite fussy about it too. Tosaka uses it to hide the smell of all sorts of weird chemicals, but it's not like you would need that. I just learned by watching. Nei-san's got a lot going on. She's really busy, actually. Really? Do sisters teach each other about makeup too? Good to know they're getting along well. I see. I doubt I can help you with that though. You and Tosaka are both great at it, if you ask me. Oh, but some men use cologne too. Isn't it lovely? If I wore it, Saber and Mitsuzuri would probably say it was too effeminate and get mad at me. Mitsuzuri-senpai sure would be mad, wouldn't she? She idolizes you, you know. That's not the impression I got. But I still think it would suit you. I also wanted to give Ryder some of her own, but she doesn't care much for it either. It's really troublesome, but... Inside Sakura's room, I couldn't help but thinking back. Once I started chatting with Sakura, I thought about everyone staying here. We just keep getting new residents. Yes, that's right. Each time I came by for a visit, I thought about how nice it is to have such a lively atmosphere, but I never thought it would grow this much. Sakura lets out a laugh. That's right, only Sakura and Fujine know what the Emiya household looked like before. So much has changed, and so quickly. Should it be considered admirable or shocking? Someone would leave and the house would be empty again, just like that. I nod in agreement. Fujine comes and goes, but doesn't live here. Sakura, too, was here for the mornings and evenings, yet never had lunch with everyone like this. For a long time, I was the sole inhabitant here. I didn't consider myself lonely, but looking back now... Right. Hearing that you were the only one staying in such a huge residence was quite a big surprise at first. It's been over 2 years since. Back then, Sakura was a diligent girl that never smiled. With a brooding face, she came over and told me she wanted to help out. Is that so? But your house isn't exactly small either. No, they're both large, but in different ways. The Matou house was never a friendly place, yet every room here is warm, bleeding to be filled. Same with Ryder. She is calm and content over here, and even Saber-san should feel the same way. Is that so? I have the feeling it's become a hostel, but with everyone splitting the chores, I guess it saves some effort. Back in the day, cleaning was quite a chore, wasn't it, senpai? Laughing, Sakura recalls the past. There are a lot of vacant rooms even now, but nothing like the empty warehouse we used to have. A building without people in it deteriorates all too quickly. Cleaning out the entire house used to be one huge task. Yeah, the year-end cleaning doesn't sound so bad this time. Ryder's really good at it, don't you think? The house is in good hands, and it will be done before you know it. Sakura puffs up with pride. Ryder likes to keep things neat and orderly, and what's more, has the brute strength for it. That's what she meant, probably. But... Yes? Don't you miss the peace and quiet we used to have, from time to time? The question just slipped out somehow, for no other reason than just having thought about it on the spot. It's kind of a pity that we can't be alone together, I think. I mean, aren't you two kind of alone together right now? That's right. In the mornings, before Fujine arrived, it was just the two of us, with Sakura often coming to the shed to wake me up. Kind of a pity. Does that mean she actually wants it to be just the two of us? I see. I suddenly become flustered. Yeah, it seems like we're getting romantic vibes from, like, well, both Saber and Sakura so far. She may have been like a younger sister in the past, but now that she's all grown up, the older brother's role has become quite complicated. Oh, don't say it like that. I end up staring at the bed, trying to look away. But then it kind of looks like you're staring at something else. But you know, senpai, it's better when it's lively after all, and we can cook a lot too. Yeah, you're right. Getting your turn for the bath is a bit difficult, and there's quite a lot of laundry to do, but it's all fine, really. Yeah, that too. Let's take care of it together. Mutual agreement is reached with much excitement. Sakura seems to be putting on airs to hide her quickened pulse, just the same as me, I guess. Senpai, do you miss the quiet old days? No, I don't think so. What's gone is gone, and now is now. There's plenty of good and bad about both, I think. No, that isn't right either. There aren't really any bad things about the present. Yes, I agree. Really, I wouldn't mind if it was even busier than now. Don't say that, you'll jinx it. Just who would the newcomer be, I wonder? Maybe Issei? Although I don't picture him coming down from the mountain and rolling in. But you never know. Even Tosca started coming over recently. Who knows, maybe Ilia-chan and Fujimura-sensei will move here. Ilia would be problematic. Those maids will also come if she does. So we'll be up by 3, just about full capacity. And then something hits me. But either way, Sakura. Yes? Whether we gain or lose more mouths, the kitchen team's duties are still the same, and expectations are high. Let's make sure we meet them. The population growth failed to bring in reinforcements for the cooking ranks. No, perhaps there were too many cooks in the first place. Right, I guess we do have a reputation to uphold. And fall is when appetites grow too. That it is. I still have a lot to learn from you, Senpai. As we were talking, my stomach started growling. Sounds about time. Sakura, what should we do for lunch? Let's decide once we get to the kitchen. Because no dish is a challenge for the two of us. Is that so? Then I'll go find out who will be joining us for lunch. I stand up and leave the room together with Sakura. There isn't much to add, just an ordinary morning. Easygoing and calm, nothing out of the ordinary. One warm day is rolling past. I'm waiting for things to get weird. Like, when is that going to happen? When is something exciting going to happen? Is this just all slice of life? Oh, hey, it's Mitsuzuri. I guess we should go talk to Mitsuzuri at the big bridge. Well, I just had lunch, so I guess I'll go for a walk. The #1 recreational spot in the city, the beachfront park. A must-see location for dating couples. Date. Couples? No. Not when I finally got some solitary time. I'll throw the frivolous thoughts away and just take it easy for a while. It's a sunny day, perfect for taking a nap. But should you stay out late in the afternoon, a chilly breeze is bound to remind you of the season. The joy of lazily wasting away this valuable time. Oh, that's what he thought. Oh, Emiya, what a coincidence. A familiar voice. Mitsuzuri. Are you skipping? What? Club activities? You say this as if I was some kind of club freak. That said, you have to admit that you used to be a far more devoted member than I ever will be. And so you did your best to keep up with me, didn't you? Did I really try that hard? Frankly, my part-time job and house chores kept me so busy that my memories of the archery club are getting quite thin. Did I? Well, even now, I don't think any regular members go to the range more than you or me. You had your part-time job and even helped the student council for whatever reason. I always wondered, when did you actually have fun? I was thinking the same of you. I keep work and play strictly separate. I do my share of entertainment when no one's looking. I also distinguish between studying, work, and leisure time. I wonder, rather than on-off, you seem more like on and on. She lets out a refreshing laugh. While I did say that I try to live a full life, in reality, I'm not that good at it. Rest, work, I can't really tell. Or so I thought, but here I see Emiya idling around as if he had a change of heart. What are you up to? A date? Meeting? Ugh. Her perceptiveness is as futile as ever. A date, though. Well, it's not like I wouldn't, but... Wait, you make it sound as if I'm Shinji or something. He plays around way too much. Although I would feel better if you were a little more like him. Why? Shinji's a jackass. Why would you want Shiro to be more like him? There's a thin line between plain shock and relief. Maybe she likes bad boys. Well, actually, piece of trivia. I don't know if I've mentioned this in any of my playthroughs before, but apparently, according, I think, to the wiki on Mitsuzuri, she actually, when she gets into college, develops a crush for Kokuto from Karno Kyokai, apparently. So I thought that was kind of funny. But she never actually shows up in the Karno Kyokai movies. So, not really sure where that comes from. I don't even think she's in the light novels that they're based on either, so... Yeah, I'm not sure where that comes from. I guess Nasu just mentioned that and somebody put it on the wiki. Wait a moment, she's actually alone as well. Oh no. I don't like what this is. I don't know if I like where this is going. Then I guess you're still waiting for your date. Me? With whom? And where? So you don't have anyone cute who could stand up against you. What is this? Your former self would have just nodded and left it at that. Now it sounds like I just love seeing a girl on her way to a date, or something lovey-dovey like that. That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, does that mean you're all alone too? Just like you, but... Huh? Mitsuzuri nods a few times, and finally, as if having decided something, clap. Alright, as this is such a chance meeting, go out with me instead of Tosaka. A date with you? Go shopping with me at least. Well, it's not often that I get to see you, and having a bonehead companion ought to be alright once in a while. The response to my jumbled muttering is very much a manly answer. Actually, just like a gender mentise. As I attempt to grasp the situation, Mitsuzuri puffs up her cheeks in dissatisfaction. What? Am I not good enough? No one said that. It must be so. There's always Matou or Saber-san or Tosaka. I guess I'm not on par. Emiya, you've been spoiled too much. Do you even realize that? I've already lost. I don't have a route. I don't... She's upset she doesn't have a route. And if you're more into the beautiful type, should I introduce you to Ryder? What? As soon as I mention Mitsuzuri's one weakness, she goes quiet. Perhaps I should mention that Ryder's been wanting to rent out Mitsuzuri. It's okay. And besides, isn't Ryder-san closer to Matou than you? I'm sure Sakura wouldn't mind. But back on topic, what's the plan for today? Date. Where? The conversation is taking a strange turn and needs to be forced back on track. Alright, let's see. You ought to have had a bite lately, so take me out for tea. Next, to the CD shop to check out some new songs, and then to the game center. You do realize I'm not accustomed to all the hustle and bustle of a game place, right? My gaming is limited to stuff like Uno or President. At best, with a hint of uneasiness, Mitsuzuri lets out a theatrical sigh. Shiro's not a gamer. Good grief. Anachronisms like you and Tosaka shouldn't exist in this age. Even Matou is more or less... Oh, no. Tosaka is old-fashioned to a degree I can never hope to achieve. I try to object. Wouldn't my very practical ability to strip any machine down to bare metal for any repairs more than compensate for not being familiar with some consumer electronics? Say that after you've at least gotten a cell phone. Though I can't imagine Emiya texting either. Yeah, I think this is still when flip phones were a thing. Because this game was made in 2005, so flip phones were definitely a thing. I concur. I guess I should get one after all. Neko-san always tells me that whenever I see her too. Neko-san? Mitsuzuri looks at me quizzically. The person I work for. Fujine's old classmate. Ah, that lady from Copenhagen. Yeah, would you need one to keep in touch over shifts and things like that? Though I would probably end up being called to help with all sorts of stuff outside of work. Maybe it's better if I don't. Well, it's all up to you. Just a matter of time, I bet. Mitsuzuri laughs heartily. She really seems to enjoy laughing, so... I'll make sure to teach you all about that. Be sure to bring Tosaka along, too. She'll get away, no doubt. If Tosaka were to see Coach Mitsuzuri's knowledgeable face, she'd be grumbling about it the whole day. Right, I'll teach you and Saber-san first, then I'll say that she's the only one who's not up to date with technology. That would probably work, and then... She lays out her brainwashing strategy, grinning broadly. Nonetheless, defeating Tosaka's stubbornness, I can only wish her luck. Not something I would try myself. Good luck getting Saber to adapt to trying to use smartphones. Or, well, not smartphones, but flip phones. Well, that's that. But for now, let's head over to the game center. First-person game should be okay, yeah? We're back to that again. First person? Something that we can both enjoy at the game center would probably be... those shooting ones? Great, you ought to be fine there. Who knows, maybe we won't even need the continue button. Off to the station. I'll treat you to some tea. We should at least split the bill. Mitsuzuri sets off at a brisk pace, and I have to chase after. This really is a date, isn't it? Not that I mind. Maybe I should just keep quiet. Now, Emiya, cheer up. And it's the first time I'm going to the game center with a guy. Oh, I know. Gotta go test punch strength, definitely. I can't help it, I'm too excited. She keeps urging me on. Perhaps calling it a date was a bit of a stretch. Yeah, it's not really much of a date. Well, I guess you could, does kind of sound at least like a date, but there's not really any romantic stuff happening. It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. Mitsuzuri wouldn't make a bad girlfriend. if we ever get like a a Fate Stay Night remake, you know, maybe we'll get the Mitsuzuri route. The Mitsuzuri route and probably the Ilia route, since the Ilia route was apparently something that was, I think it was planned, but it never happened. I forget what happened with that, but yeah, that never ended up being in the final game, obviously. There are no major events, and everyone returned to their rooms. So just like every other night, it's too early to go to bed. So what should I do? In the meantime? Hang around the Emiya residence, call it a day, go for a walk. Okay, so apparently there's nothing to do around Emiya. Let's go for a walk, because we've pretty much done everything around the Emiya house alone. This isn't going to be good. Can we get bad ends here? Is this a smart idea? I'll go check the situation in town. Saber may have said otherwise, but if you're not alone, there will probably be things that you'll miss. I have a bad feeling about this. I do my best to sneak outside. The Emiya residence surroundings are peaceful and quiet. Nothing is out of the ordinary. I see. This really is the same as half a year ago. Why did I go outside alone? Why am I not bringing Saber along? Well, we didn't get the option. It all makes sense once I look at it from a stranger's perspective. You mean like the player's perspective? No matter how harmless it may seem, if I were to exercise proper judgment, I would not be walking out alone. Pretty much, even though there are no enemies, the reality is that there is something odd happening to this town. So the reason I'm out here on my own, nonetheless, must be that I plan to use myself as live bait to draw out anything abnormal. It's pretty tough not knowing what I intend to do until I've done it. So if I do say so myself. I just decided on a whim, though. Well, whatever happens. Gazing at the night sky, I start walking. Oh, I don't like that music. That usually happens before something bad's about to happen. If I feel danger, I'll just go back to the house right away. Then I'll quietly return to my room and wait until tomorrow. I look up at the moon. That ain't how I remember the moon looking. The sky has cleared, and white moonlight is cutting through the darkness. Well then, is that really white moonlight? Hopefully I'll find some clear evidence of abnormality that even someone as thick-headed as me can recognize. Okay, so we can actually do stuff. Is there anything to do here, though? Temple, intersection... maybe check out the intersection? There doesn't seem to be anything wrong here. It's dimmer than Shinto in the distance, but if you listen carefully, you can hear sounds of activity. The sound of a passing car's engine. The ragged breath of a running silhouette. Oh, that's totally normal. The light from a house with laughter spilling out. The heavy breathing of the running silhouette with its tongue hanging out. Well then, I guess it's about time to go back and catch some sleep. Now, hopefully I don't get killed by one of those silhouettes. I guess it's about time to go back. It's not like I only have tonight. There's time tomorrow, too. I return to the Emiya residence. It seems the end of the night has been postponed for a little longer. Well, nothing happened today either. Okay, well there's nothing to do with the house. Oh, we can do something in Fuyuki. After a long journey, I finally arrive at the forest on the outskirts of the town. About 2 more hours and I'll be at the Einzbern castle, which I'm even starting to get used to, however. For some reason, something amazing is blocking my way to the forest. Hello. Can I ask what you're doing here? There's no reply. I can't tell whether that's a yes or a no. A gatekeeper, I guess. Is it okay if I enter the forest? I need to talk to Ilia. There's no reply. Not a single word. He doesn't say anything, so I guess that means it's okay to go. And then he just, like, smacks you out of the way if you try to go through him. He's more or less an acquaintance. Even if he is Berserker, he should have recognized me. Okay, I'll be just passing through. I raise my hands and pass along his side. I guess that was the wrong answer. The huge monster roars. It's as if he's saying, move any further and I'll send you flying back to Miyama. Is that a no, sir? Are you perhaps suggesting that I should just call it a day? Oh my god. Mr. Berserker is slowly losing his temper. I have truly no idea what he's saying. Would someone please find an interpreter? What an uncouth visitor. Coming to a lady's house without an appointment. It's only natural that you'd be turned away. Wait. Why, if it isn't Shiro? Ilya. That's right. Good afternoon, Oni-chan. It's sure rare to see you here. Ilya waves her hands energetically. But for some reason, she doesn't leave the forest. Hey, Ilya. I want to go to the castle for a while, so would you mind telling Berserker to let me pass? Oh, I see. You came so you could visit the castle, not so you could see me. That's no good. Our house is under construction and is not accepting visitors at this time. You, who does not understand a girl's feelings, please go back home. Ilya waves her hand goodbye. Even if I wanted to stop her, an impenetrable wall is blocking my path. Hey, wait! Going to the castle and going to see you means the same thing to me. I say it like it is. Even I understand how girls feel. For you, that was well done, but it's still a no-go. There's nothing in the castle anyways. There's nothing that will benefit you if you come, and there are no clues regarding the Holy Grail War either. Walking around town would be more productive than examining my castle. That's not true. Your castle is a lot of fun. It's quite elegant inside. I can see Ilya whenever I want. And Scylla and Liz are there too. And as for the Holy Grail War clues, you'll never know if you don't look. I mean, Ilya is one of the masters too. Even if there wasn't anything in the castle, there's still the chance of Ilya herself getting involved in some kind of trouble. Oh, come on. I know exactly what you're thinking. I don't really want you to come, but even if I tell you no, you'll never learn. You'll probably keep coming back here anyways. Fine. If you want it so badly, I'll think about it. Even if I turn you away, you'll just come back later. But since you insist, I'll prepare a special performance just for you. Her solemn expression suddenly changed to a suspicious-looking grin. This is the visage of an imp that has just come up with an extraordinary new prank. Hey, Ilya. You're thinking of something naughty again, aren't you? A host welcoming their guest is great, but getting carried away with it is definitely not. Oh yeah. If I'm going to do that, I have to hurry and get ready. I'll have to clear the forest, make a cliff, and then prepare a tank to greet you. Wait, what? And, oh, that's right. I have to give Scylla and Liz apart, or I'd be failing my duty as a host. She's not listening. I could already hear Ilya's magic circuits turning on at full blast. From what I've heard, her magic just skips over logic and provides the result. She's sort of a miniature Holy Grail. Whatever she wants, as long as it's something within the limits of her magical energy, it will somehow materialize despite Ilya herself not knowing how. Gotta have a moat? Yep, a castle siege just isn't right without one. And a maze. With my reserve's magical energy, that might be a bit too much. An irreversible event is unfolding at an amazing speed. Alas, the wish-granting power of the Holy Grail is being used on something really worthless. You see, Ilya, I only want to get to the castle, right? Alright, once everything is ready, I'll gladly welcome you. For now, enjoy this brief moment of peace. Prepare yourself, okay? When this is complete, I'm going to rush you off your feet more than you'd ever imagined. After proclaiming my death sentence, Ilya disappears into the mist. This doesn't look good. It looks like I'm going to have to overcome a terrifying trial in order to enter the Einzbern castle. Yeah, defeat Berserker. The giant remained silent. Yet somehow, I felt like he was saying, "Don't lose heart, boy," as a way of encouragement. Oh my god. What was that? Okay. Okay, Emiya residence, big bridge. Is there anything to do here? Go from me on. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, there's the harbor. Oh, there's a certain somebody. At the harbor, there's a familiar face. Lancer can be found anywhere, but in the afternoon, this is where he devotes himself to his hobby. Well, what should I ask him about? Yeah, about the Holy Grail War. I need to know what's happening. I should really ask for that guy's take on things, after all. He's one of the more warlike servants. He might gladly adapt to this current situation as long as it means he gets to fight. Huh? Well, if it ain't Saber's master. Guess I must have been really out of it. I was wondering who it was for a moment there. How the hell can he call that being out of it? I was approaching him stealthily from behind, but he noticed me from 10 meters away as if it was nothing. Don't bother trying to impersonate Assassin. It doesn't suit you. And besides, I ain't got nothing to steal. Haven't caught a single one yet. No matter what I do, today's catch is going to be small. Go somewhere else if you're looking for dinner. His whole body is built for surviving, be it land, sea, or mountains. He'll live as he pleases anywhere. It's unusual to see him come up broke. But that's not the issue here. Wait, what's this about dinner? I'm the one stocking your place, that's what. This energetic lady comes by in the evening, asks for some fresh catch, and carries away a bucketful, just like that. Ugh, sorry for the trouble. So the cause behind the recent abundance of fish in Fujine's presence was right here all along. It truly is a small world. Mystery of the human world sure is. Well, that lady is a bundle of mysteries herself. So, if food ain't the reason, then what'd you come here for, kid? Just as I thought, he's still a servant no matter what. Seeing as he adapted to the town's life even better than Saber and the others, I thought he'd gotten complacent, but I guess not. A serious talk, actually. That's what. There's not much point in chatting with you, so I'll keep it short. Lancer, what do you think about the situation right now? Or to begin with, why are you still in this world? Lancer's Kotomine's servant, but Kotomine Kirei has been dead for over half a year. Servants cannot exist after losing their masters. Therefore, just the fact that Lancer is still here is highly unusual. Well, because I've got a contract with the master, of course. That bastard Gilgamesh is another story, but I don't have the means to exist in this world without a master, you know. A contract? But Kotomine is... Is he being dead? Yep. He sure did kick the bucket, but for some reason, the contract is enforced still. That bothers me as well, but... Well, I'm still here, so what's the problem? Ain't much point in worrying about why you're alive. Do what comes naturally and all that. Never mind the details. Worry about the how, not the why. Jeez, the scales sure have fallen from my eyes. He's already aware the situation isn't normal, but he is who he is, so he'll just keep doing as he pleases. That's the kind of spirit he has. Talk about let it be. That's so manly that I feel pathetic for being anxious. Alright. But don't you think the fact that the contract is still in effect even though Kotomine isn't around needs some investigation? Huh? Yeah, I have no intention of pushing it though. As long as I don't hear back from him, I'll just live my life my own way. Does that also apply to the Holy Grail War? You feel the war starting again too, don't you? Got the urge to beat all the servants all of a sudden, but that's about it. I'll be staying neutral though. I ain't eager to participate, but hey, if anyone wants a challenge... Lancer isn't lying. As aggressive as I thought he was, he seems downright negative about the circumstances. Come to think of it, even I said myself, Lancer, even more than Saber, has already adapted to life in this town. In other words, he's enjoying his life here. I see. You'd even consider Ryder and Saber as friends now. You wouldn't start a fight yourself. No, that ain't it. Servants are all enemies. He replies right away. It's the same cool-headedness I saw when he killed me half a year back. Why is that? You're on good terms with everyone, aren't you? Yet you say that everyone's an enemy. That ain't the same thing, dumbass. You like who you like. No need to hate them just because they're an enemy. My jaw drops. Every time I'm astonished by this man's piercing attitude. But when he takes it this far, I can't help but feel that his tolerance is on a whole different level. I give up. You amaze me. Praise from a youngster ain't gonna cut it. Is this all you wanted to chat about? Then I'll go back to fishing. Got a feeling I've got a big catch coming up. With that, Lancer went back to fishing, as if nothing happened. Satisfied with the information acquired, I leave the harbor. Oh, what? Lancer said that there was no need to hate an enemy. That battle and emotion are separate from each other. But if you look at it from the other way around, he was saying that it doesn't matter if the enemy is a relative or a lover. As long as they're an enemy, they will be killed indiscriminately. So it seems like all the servants just don't really care. It's kind of funny. It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. Yeah. There are no major events and everyone returned to their rooms. Again. It's too early to go to bed, so what should I do in the meantime? We did that last night. I guess this time we actually have to do it. The moment I decided to go outside, I began to feel sick. Is it a premonition or a fear of something I already know? It's time to go, yet this fear is slowly creeping in on me. Now then, I have to see what's going on in town. Struggling to stay on my feet, I reach for the door handle. Bro, why do you always go out alone? One last time. Looking back just once, I make sure the image of the room as I leave it stays firmly in my mind. Yep, there are some death flags being set up here. It was a freezing cold night. The moment I went outside, it felt like I'd been thrown into a different world. The house was the only source of definite reality, while the rest of Fuyuki was an unsteady illusion. You, go away, go away, go away, you, go away. I could hear the panting of wild beasts in the mist. There isn't a single sign of human presence in town. I don't know who's behind it, but whoever it is, he's finally making his move. Well, it's about damn time. Kill you, kill you, kill you! There's not a single human. This is just like a world where everything is extinct. The house before me is in shambles. A broken door. Shattered windows. A yard smeared with blood. Should I look inside? I will find the scene of a dissection. This is all very strange, especially the fact that there's not a single piece of flesh to be found anywhere. Yet the course of events that transpired here is painfully clear. Emotions I've never experienced before excite my brain. Anger and hatred mixed together in just the right proportions. I hear the mass murder that I haven't even seen yet. Can't see, I can't see anything. Who are you? What in the hell are you? I trace the reverberating panting. The soundless howling is directed at me. A barrage coming from a barrage coming from every direction, hostility and pleading, hatred and envy. I feel sick down to my stomach. Hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you. I don't like the sound of this. The howling changes it to roaring. It's hard to believe, yet there's no doubt. The source of the howling is crouching in front of me. What the... This thing... Is that part of the... That's gotta be part of the Grail. Like it's... Yeah, I guess it's part of the Grail spilling out? I'm not sure what that is. I know I've seen it before, yet my memory fails me. Just a little more. The moment the clock strikes midnight, somebody will tell me and I'll remember. The thing howls again, making a screeching sound. A frequency outside my hearing range. A howl for sure, but in a voice that no human could hear. Did you think only you will be saved? The beast raises its head. Oh man, Shira's about to die. Its eyes lock onto me, and it comes crawling towards me, its claws screeching against the ground. I jump backwards to avoid it. A wild swipe of the beast's claws. If I get hit by that guillotine of a claw, I'm as good as dead. I'm better than I was back then, though. This is mere child's play compared to the beating Saber bestows upon me. Even with no chance of hitting me, the beast is relentless. Its arms, swinging more violently with every blow, make it seem like there's no end to its vitality. Only you, only you, only you. The stream of undulations it showered me with only added to this darkness. Crap, I shouldn't have... I could have let it keep going, but I counterattacked out of fear. I moved sideways to dodge the claws and kicked its wide open side with all my might. I knew it. It wasn't that much of a threat. The unidentified beast coughs painfully on its fours, unable to get up. Grant. Hey, if you can understand what I'm saying, answer me. Are you the one that did this to Fuyuki? But that can't be right. Should they happen to meet this creature, most people would be dead without as much as a fight. But that's limited only to small areas. This thing can't empty out the whole town in just 1 hour. Grant. You don't get it, do you? I ain't asking you that. What I want to know is what the hell are you? I was going to finish. Huh? I realized that my surroundings are now flooded with these beasts. Oh my god. A choir of resentment sings in unity. The whole park is crawling with them. Damn it. With this many, 20 minutes, let alone an hour, should be more than enough to clean up the town. That is horrifying. The tsunami steadily closes in on me. It reminds me of ants swarming over a corpse, or a person thrown into the Buddhist hell's mountain of needles. Those claws will tear me limb from limb. My body, eyeballs, skull, everything will be skewered. I start praying, even though what's about to come is inevitable. Grant! Oh, shut the hell up. If you're going to kill me, just do it. Repeating yourselves like idiots. If you have something to say, just spit it. Don't you understand? They're asking you to grant our wish. Oh, there she is. Reflexively, I raise my head. A beautiful voice, resounding with silver tones. Right in the middle of a world buried in beasts. Was the start of it all. You. I know her. I know this woman. But that would be an hour later. There is no consistency to this. It's frustrating. I have all these pieces to the puzzle, but you failed. It looks like you came here too early. The horde of beasts is approaching. There's no escape. Death is upon me. Oh well, even if I do manage to run away, the same thing will happen again. Be gone, sinner. There is no place left for you to stay. A prayer-like ultimatum. Her eyelids finally close, and Emi Ashura was taken apart by the gospel-singing chorus of beasts. And that's a dead end for sure. Oh my god. Looks like the entirety of Fuyuki is consumed. The cluster of malice continues to spread. On the night of October 11th, Fuyuki met its end by a mountain of piled-up corpses. Wow. Well, that's one way to end things. Holy shit. Bad end restart.